Flores, time is up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American Media Complex. Here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Kern Radio. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Just head over there right now. Look up Kern Radio. Subscribe and hit that notification bell and watch us as we broadcast live from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IT needs. Give them a call, 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks, and it is a Monday. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mother's Day weekend. Happy late Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. We have a great show for you lined up today. We have a couple of guests coming in. It is a Monday, so we'll continue with Movie Monday with Mike Armendariz. We're going to talk about the Mortal Kombat 2 came out over the weekend. I almost went and watched it last night just so I could talk about it, but I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, I could talk about it. You're fine.
Did you watch it already?
Technically, no, but thanks to the internet.
I don't even want to know how, Chris. Don't. Yeah, I was going to say, don't even include me in your...
No. And look, man, Instagram and TikTok, I can't be held responsible for what other people post, and I'm just doom scrolling.
Committed crimes.
And once I see one thing, I have to know what happens next.
I'm not in on your conspiracy, Chris. I'm not. You don't suck me into it. I know nothing. Top Gun also has an anniversary, and they're replaying that coming this weekend. So we'll talk to
see that.
Yeah, it might be fun to watch in the theater. I like watching old movies sometimes in the movie theater that I didn't get a chance to watch.
Exactly. I'm the same way. If I didn't get a chance to watch it in the theater, I will gladly go watch it now.
So we'll talk to Mike Armendariz about that during Movie Day, and we got the folks from Kern Mosquito. Terry Knight is going to stop by. It is mosquito season. If you guys have enjoyed, well, you can, because it's going to be 100 today. But if you porch and enjoying maybe some time outside, you've been bitten quite a bit, or a few times at least. Terry Knight with Kern Mosquito is going to stop by and tell you how you can avoid all that, how you can take some steps to avoid those pesky mosquitoes. And we have plenty to talk about. The president is talking about suspending the federal gas tax. We'll talk about how much that might save you and what still has to happen for that to happen. You see, the president just can't come out and say, yes, I'm suspending the gas tax. And it happens like that. I'll explain a little bit later. Both Republican candidates for California governor were in town over the weekend. Sheriff Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton were at a forum put on by the Kern County Young Republicans. And I'll tell you what both of those said. Plus, we'll get into the California governor's race, as we're 3 weeks, I believe, now out tomorrow, 3 weeks from tomorrow, out from the June 2nd primary here in California, and what Democrats are starting to do, because they're still a little worried about two possible Republican candidates. So they're looking to the future and making sure that that doesn't happen again. We'll tell you about that. And California, speaking of governors, the current one, Gavin Newsom, made an announcement on Friday. I guess it was trying to coincide with Mother's Day, but basically another welfare program. We're going to give free diapers to everybody. And when I say free, I use the air quotes because it's not technically free. You see, it's costing you and I and all the other taxpayers in California money. I'll tell you how much they're going to give to this nonprofit to run this program, free diapers for all babies, how much it's going to cost us, and who exactly this nonprofit is and who they may be tied to. You'll want to stick around for that and whatever else may pop up. And meetings this week. City Council meeting, I'll tell you what they're going to discuss. And the Board of Supervisors plan on meeting tomorrow. I'll talk about that in just a second. But first, I want to congratulate the winners out at our Mac and Cheese Fest over the weekend. It took place on Saturday out at the Kern County Fairgrounds. It turned out to be a pretty nice day. I was in the dunk tank for about an hour and 45 minutes. From about 2 o'clock till 3:45, I was in a dunk tank raising money for the Ronald McDonald House. $5 for 3 balls, Chris. Did you come by? Did you happen to? I don't remember if you got your $5 in. There were so many people that came by.
I didn't get a chance.
You didn't get a chance to
honest
dunk me.
with you.
I didn't think you did.
I heard Sparky did though.
Sparky took his shots at me. Yeah, from Stephen from the Money Wise guys in the early bird special. Heard 7 to 9 a.m. on our sister station. 101.1 FM Sports. You can hear them 7 to 9, the Early Bird Special. You can also find them on YouTube. Go subscribe to their channel as well, the Early Bird Special. But yeah, Steven took shots at me, actually got to dunk me. I think he hit his second throw.
Nice.
Yeah, he was 1 for 3. But it was a great time. That was a big hit. A lot of people were coming by. And it's just as it is, right? Excitement generates like buzz, and so people would hear people having fun over there and they'd turn and be like, what's going on over there? And then more people would just start lining up. And again, at $5 for 3 balls, and within at least the time I was there, I think we raised at least over $300 to $400 for the Ronald McDonald House, and that continued on throughout the afternoon. My partner in the dunk tank, Mr. Romeo from down the hall, everybody hates Romeo, was also in the dunk tank. So thanks to Romeo for getting in there as well. But shout outs to the winners. I called it just like I do every time on the show, Chris. I mean, come on. It's just, I called it. When Bentley Bowl left, I told Kadar, I was like, can we just go ahead and say right now, award-winning mac and cheese? And I hadn't even tasted it at that time, but I knew that these guys are really good with putting that soul food, and as they call it, California soul food into that little cup, that little sampler. But they did well enough to win. What was it? Most unique? Was that what they?
Yeah, I believe so. Or creative.
Most creative. The award went to Bentley Bowl, and then Golden Nugget.
Golden.
Oh,
Nugget?
Golden.
I was going to say, we going to Vegas?
Thinking of Vegas. Golden Corral, I should say. Is that right?
Yeah, Golden Corral. Yeah.
Won, I believe, best overall, if I'm not mistaken. But they actually had a pretty good one. I was impressed by it. I went by. They had the sausage in it, the big old chunk of sausage.
Now, see, here's the thing.
What's that?
Golden Corral now has the responsibility to put this out on the buffet.
Yeah, I mean,
it has to.
Almost every time somebody wins,
make it a part of the menu.
It automatically becomes a part of the menu. People expect it. You can't show up to the Mac and Cheese Fest, try a mac and cheese from a restaurant and be like, man, that's really good. I'm going to go back to that restaurant and get a full serving.
And it's not there.
And it's not there. And they're disappointed. And then they can only get it at Mac and Cheese Fest, which is fine for us. We don't mind being the exclusive. But yes, hopefully it has made the menu over at Golden Corral, and hopefully at Bentley Bowl as well. As again, it was a big crowd favorite. I know that. A lot of people were talking about it, the big buzz. And so if you get a chance to get over to Bentley Bowl this week, I know they're downtown on 20th. If you get a chance, just go in there and say, hey, what's up? Saw you guys at Mac and Cheese Fest, or tell them you heard them on the JR show. And I ran into Kadar and his brother Bentley actually at the Mac and Cheese Fest. And I told him, walked up to him, just like I did with Coach Carr all season for BCHS. Told you. I called it. Award-winning. Y'all got this. Don't even worry about it. I'm already putting it down. So congratulations to both Golden Corral and Bentley Bowl out at the Mac and Cheese Fest. And thank you all for showing up and just having a good time. It looked like everybody was having a blast. Like I said, I spent about 2 hours in the dunk tank. But from my vantage point, I could see the whole festival, and it looked like everybody was having a good time. The band was playing. The people were dancing. Samples to go around. Everybody, the whole vibe there felt like everybody was having a good time. So congratulations again to the winners and to Ronald McDonald House, the benefactors of our Mac and Cheese Fest. And we're already preparing for next year. We're already preparing for next year. So restaurants, if you hear me, you got to step your game up. Step your game up. But big shout out to everybody involved in the Mac and Cheese Fest. Let's go ahead and get to a break. On the other side, I'll tell you about tomorrow's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Yes, that is when the Kern County District Attorney, Cynthia Zimmer, or at least one of her lackeys, will come by and seek approval for staffing again for the, well, technically this is only the second time that they'll show up. It's the third or fourth time that it's actually been on the docket, but I think they got all their ducks in a row this time. Despite what other news outlets might be reporting, I'll tell you why all 5 Kern County supervisors should be allowed to vote this time without having to recuse themselves. I'll explain. Plus, the Bakersfield City Council has a meeting. They're going to discuss those sewer rates again. And I believe the Bakersfield Police Department's officers finally have a contract. Goodness gracious, those men and women out there working hard to keep us safe have been working this whole time without a contract. Now they finally have one. We'll tell you what else they plan on discussing and what building on Union finally might be coming down. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire one more time. I think you already know what I'm talking about. Then our guest from Kern Mosquito will stop by, and it's Movie Monday with Mike Armendariz. All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM.
What's up, y'all? Who came out to Mac and Cheese Fest on Saturday? I didn't get to see anybody. Oh, yeah, and I also went to the Symphony on Saturday night. Talk about that a little later. That was the first time I had ever been to the Bakersfield Symphony Orchestra. Yeah, your boy getting a little culture. But big thank you to all of you guys if you guys came out to Mac and Cheese. Shout out to you guys. It was a great time. What's going on in the TV? Indiana. Oh, President Trump is hosting the Indiana Hoosiers. Coming by. But what's up, buddy? What's up, D-boy? Did you guys have a good weekend? It was the last, and I know it probably seemed warm. Actually, yesterday didn't feel that bad. I think yesterday was warmer than Saturday. And it didn't feel that bad. I was outside for a little bit, went into the shade. It felt good. There was a nice little breeze. Took the dog for a walk out on the bike trail out by Truxton. It wasn't that bad. I don't know what the weather is like out today. Let's take a look. Monday, May 11th, 1:18. It is currently 97 degrees. Are we going to hit it today? We're forecasted to get to 102. Today could very possibly be the first day in the hundreds. Tomorrow, we're also supposed to be forecasted to be at 100. Wednesday, all the way back down to 88. It's just schizophrenic. And then 90, 93, 87, 83. So enjoy again this weekend. It's going to only be in the mid 80s, which should be manageable. And then starting next week, we're into the 90s, and I think we're there to stay, if you ask me. But it will be Memorial Day, not this weekend, next weekend, Memorial Day. So you guys enjoy that as well. Oh.
Show weekdays at 3 p.m. I'm telling you, we could end up with a Republican governor by process of elimination because Becerra's out, because the secret's out that he was a horrible HHS secretary. I think that Porter's out, but she made a fool of herself at the debate. If it's Tom Steyer versus either Bianco or Hilton, I'm telling you, we could have a Republican governor. The
Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey.
Oh yeah, change is coming to Kern Radio. I'll announce later in the week, but most of y'all probably already know what I'm talking about. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com, the Kern Radio app, or on social media. Just look up Kern Radio. You guys can chime in at any time, text or call 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You said we have a phone call, sir.
We do.
Who do you got?
Bright and early. It's 49 Larry.
Of course it is. Good afternoon, Mr. 49 Larry. How was your weekend, sir?
It was great. I'm just calling you thank Ralph for smooshing the Lakers because tonight's going to be their last night of the season.
I haven't been paying much attention to the NBA playoffs, Larry. They last about 3 months, which is almost as long as the season.
Oklahoma City's 3-0 against the Lakers.
Is it 3-0 right now?
Yep.
They might pull one out.
No. Well, Bailey pushed them already. He said the Lakers were going to win in 5.
Well, that ain't gonna happen, obviously now, but they may get one in, Larry. They may get one.
Nah. As long as they have LeBron James' son playing there.
Hey, Larry, the NFL season, the schedule is about to come out on Thursday. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
You see who the 49ers got as a receiver, right?
Who's that? Jerry Rice?
No, the guy from Tampa Bay, Evans.
Who's that?
What's his name? Mike Evans.
Oh, Mike Evans.
Yep.
Yeah, he's about as old as Jerry Rice, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Man.
They tried to get him to go to the Raiders, but he hasn't been arrested of anything yet.
Yeah, you have to have at least 2 felony arrests and be on probation.
Yep.
All right, Larry. Thanks for chiming in, brother. Appreciate you.
You might have to work overtime tonight because Ralph Bailey might not be.
All right, get out of here, Larry. You can't come on and beat up my friend Ralph Bailey every day. He has his own show. Feel free to call in.
He does.
I'm sure he loves to hear from you, Larry. But if you guys want to chime in at any time, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. We'll stop the show. You can come. You can join. Is there any text messages before we move any forward, before I jump into what the supervisors will talk about tomorrow?
No, we are not. Or, I'm sorry, we are clear.
It's one of my favorite topics to discuss here, as you guys know. The Board of Supervisors in tomorrow morning's meeting will have before them finally the agreement between the Kern County District Attorney's Office and Bakersfield Recovery Services to staff the Kern Family Justice Center. This after the district attorney kicked out the Open Door Network, who had been a provider at the Family Justice Center since its inception. But they had issues. They were claiming the CEO, Lauren Skidmore of the Open Door Network, was speaking out on cases that they felt she shouldn't have been speaking out on. Fine, whatever. We all, at least some of us, believe it was really retaliation for Lauren Skidmore, the CEO of the Open Door Network, support of former Kern County Supervisor Zach Scrivener and nephew of Kern County District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer. Support of his children of his mother, because are they divorced yet? I still don't know. But as she was going through proceedings, family court regarding custody and restraining orders, as the mother of his children would show up, so would Lauren Skidmore of the Open Door Network. Well, they fired her after she came back from Sacramento, where she was with Shannon Grove and one of Zach Scrivener's kids, who spoke out against their father. And upon her return from Sacramento, they were told we were no longer continuing our contract with the Open Door Network and the Kern Family Justice Center. Fine, whatever. Now we have to restaff it. Well, it turns out, as we found out last Friday, thanks to KGET, that the Kern County District Attorney's Office had been in communication with the people that they wanted to replace the Open Door Network with, Bakersfield Recovery Services, had been in contact with their CEO, Ganesh Acharya, who owns and operates many different entities who have all donated thousands and thousands of dollars to the campaign of District Attorney when she was rerunning back in 2022, which she should be rerunning again this year, but thanks to a California law that now changed the running of the sheriff and the district attorney to coincide with the presidential race, she got 2 free years basically. She didn't have to run again this year, or hell, this would have been a real issue. Imagine if she was rerunning this year and she had taken campaign financing from Ganesh Acharya's bevy of businesses. If the $20,000 that, at least it appears to me, that she had taken from groups associated with Bakersfield Recovery Service, or at least the men who operate it, imagine if she had taken $20,000 this year and then tried to plug them in. Well, it hasn't stopped her. And the supervisors having to recuse themselves because they too have taken campaign financing from the same group. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Thank you, Chris Parlier. Thank you, Jeff Flores. Thank you, David Couch, who I've never said you were bought and paid for it, Mr. Couch. Despite what you said to me in that line at the bar at the Lincoln dinner, I've never said you were bought and paid for. All I'm doing is stating facts. That's all. Oh, those are hard to swallow sometimes. So they've had to recuse him. Well, Couch didn't have to recuse himself the first time. He wasn't in attendance. Then they were hoping when he came back, maybe we can sneak a vote in. No, he's got campaign financing too. What the heck are we going to do? We're going to look like fools if the three of us have to put our, and the only reason Philip Peters doesn't have to recuse himself is because he ain't running again this year because he took money back in 2022 as well. Not only that, the same group that operates Bakersfield Recovery Services and the men associated with that group, they also just opened up a hotel in Ridgecrest, who is in Philip Peters' district. Anyways, back to the meeting. Now, to kind of get away from that, because the reason you have to recuse yourselves as an elected official or a board member is the thing called 11 Act. And that means if a party who is seeking a contract before your board has given anybody on that board more than $500 in the last 12 months, they have to say that, and then they have to recuse themselves from the vote. The way around that in the 11 Act? Well, if we open up the bidding process to make it an open source bid, meaning anybody who is qualified can now go ahead and apply. See, before, when she took it to them the first time, it was just a single source bid, meaning, and as we've learned through communication from the district attorney's office and Bakersfield Recovery Services, that it was just a sole search. It was that one entity. We just want Bakersfield Recovery Services. We know they're not qualified, and text message or emails show that because the assistant district attorney was telling them, well, here's the grants they use, and here we'll help you. Our office will help you become qualified to be able to apply for those same grants because we know you're not qualified right now, but we still want you for whatever reason. Has nothing to do with, the money you gave us to run campaigns or anything. Nothing to do with that. And no, I'm not implying that either. So please, Michael Bowers, don't threaten to sue me again. It's nothing personal. It's strictly business. Is the disclaimer still up, Chris? Thank God. Should I just read it for the folks that can't see it? The views and opinions presented on Kern are those of the hosts, myself, J.R. Flores, guests, or contributors, and are not intended to represent the views of American General Media, AGM. AGM does not endorse or guarantee the accuracy of any statements or claims made. It's to make sure all our bases are covered. It's nothing personal, Just quit tapping people that I know on their shoulder and telling them, you're with JR now. Yeah. If you're going to say it's nothing personal, you better make sure it's nothing personal, because we can get personal. Just saying. Got to get to a break. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump today said that the Iran ceasefire is on life support after he rejected the country's latest proposal for not including a nuclear concession. Asked if the ceasefire was still in place, the president said that he would say that it is, quote, unbelievably weak and on life support. 18 U.S. cruise ship passengers returned to the U.S. early today. That's after weeks on board the MV Hondias, a cruise ship at the center of a deadly hantavirus outbreak. U.S. health officials confirmed the Americans disembarked a cruise in the Canary Islands on Sunday and boarded a medical repatriation flight. The Supreme Court leaving women's access to a widely used abortion pill untouched, at least until Thursday. That's when the justices consider whether to allow restrictions on the drug mifepristone to take effect. On Wall Street at the close, the Dow was up by 95 points. This is SRN News.
Maybe this is
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. The average price for a gallon of regular in California came down about a nickel over the weekend and is now at $6.10, says Gas Buddy. The national average is at $4.47. Gas is coming down much slower than oil prices. A state of emergency because of golden mussels may be declared this week by the Kern County Board of Supervisors. That's because the invasive species is costing people and the government money by clogging pipes and feeding on some of the same food sources as fish in Kern County. The board is expected to ask the state for some monetary help. Truxton Avenue from Chester to H will be closed Thursday morning starting at about 5:30 for a ceremony honoring police who have died on the job. The 30-minute ceremony starts at 7 a.m. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, local water expert and golden mussel enthusiast Lois Henry will be joining us. We'll have the latest in Billy's epic quest to unseat Dave Couch for the assembly seat race. That'll be interesting. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1. Streaming live on the internet at KernRadio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230.
We'll talk about like different
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning.
Check us out online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio and stream it on YouTube. You can go over there, all right there. Just look up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can watch us and listen at the same time. It's all from the Kern Radio studios. We have guests. And as much as I like the guests and I like talking to guests, the next topic is just, it's an ankle biter. Literally, it's an ankle biter, and it bugs the crap out of it. It bugs. another no pun intended, but it just happens. If you don't know, maybe you've been enjoying the nice weather, relaxed, cool evenings over the last couple of weeks, sitting out on the porch, and you realize, I got a couple of bites on my ankles too, JR. Well, we're here to help you. And so are the folks over at Kern Mosquito. And we have Terry Knight. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here this afternoon.
So I think I met you, or at least your group, one time out at the fairgrounds during a field trip session where they had a bunch of kids come out and do a field trip. Do you remember that?
That could have been this year or last year.
It was last
Probably
year.
Farm Days.
Yep, farm days.
Yep.
Last year during it was, my daughter was in second grade at the time, and she got to go out there for the day. And I remember walking around, and I remember stopping by your guys' booth. You guys had a really cool interactive setup there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun having the kids out there. We've got a pretty good little show and tell program that we put on with them, and then we've also got some special stickers that we've got made up with our mascot on them that we get to give to all the kids, and also information brochures that they can take home to mom and dad. So it's pretty special.
Which is valuable and very, very important, especially right now, because like I said, it's basically mosquito season, is it not?
It is, yeah. And we had an early warm up in April, which didn't do anybody any favors, especially if you're in the mosquito abatement district. It has actually kind of pushed the mosquito season forward 2 or 3 weeks.
Does warm weather do that? Is that an effect of the warm weather coming in?
Exactly. Warm weather is a driving force for most bugs. So if you think not just mosquitoes, flies,
Right.
okay, which are another nuisance. You know, when do they show up? They show up when it's warm. So yeah, the heat is a driving force to help the mosquitoes reproduce. And the warmer it is, the faster they reproduce.
Really?
So, like the little ankle biters, for example. Okay?
So it not only speeds up or brings the season earlier, but it also speeds up the population.
It does. Yeah, it shortens the amount of, or the time span that they go from egg to adult.
Really?
So you figure
That's wild.
Yeah, every one of those eggs that hatches is a female mosquito. That's more news. A lot of people don't know only female mosquitoes bite. So
Really? Ladies? Yep, I didn't say that. Terry said that.
I did, ladies. Yeah, female mosquitoes are the guilty ones out there that are chewing on you, and they have to. And the reason why they do that, because they have to have protein for their eggs to develop, and blood is an easy protein source, so it's easily available in mammals, birds. A lot of the mosquitoes that we have here right now, the mosquitoes that carry West Nile virus, they prefer to feed on birds. Okay.
Really?
And that's where the West Nile cycle comes from, is the birds are the reservoir. The mosquito is actually the vector that's going to carry and transfer
to you,
to humans and other animals, including horses, which are very susceptible to West Nile virus.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. But we have the ankle biters starting to fire up, and that's the ones that get most of the attention because of the aggressive nature of the mosquitoes. So are they back? The answer is yes. Okay. They're back because they left their eggs behind last year. And this is an awesome thing people need to remember. That mosquito, when they leave their eggs behind, those eggs are viable without water for up to 3 years.
Wow.
So if you think of like plant seeds, they lay their eggs in containers of all shapes and sizes. Okay. Potted plants. You think your children's toys, you name it. Any type of container you can have in your backyard or your backyard. Water features. So don't think big when you're trying to target and get rid of these mosquitoes in your front yards and backyards. Think small. As much as even a quarter cup of water. So, and one thing I didn't get a chance to do on my last interview, I want to really remind the public about one thing. If you have yard drains, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what I'm about to say, because that is a little hidden secret that a lot of people and homeowners don't know about. Yard drains, the purpose is to drain the water from low-lying areas, usually the backyard, to the front yard.
Right.
There's a simple fix to stop the breeding of mosquitoes in those yard drains. Window screen, okay? Fiberglass window screen you can buy at any hardware store. Remove the cap of the yard drain, place a piece of window screen over the top and reinstall the cap. That's what it does. It prevents those mosquitoes
From getting in there.
down in
Yeah.
there. And another thing, and this is really important, if you have yard drains, your neighbors do too. So if you can spread that word and information from neighbor to neighbor, just that one simple fix can really make a big difference this year and this summer with the number of these little ankle biters that you have around your home. Because this mosquito only flies about 125 yards. That's one good thing about the mosquito. It prefers to feed on humans. If it finds everything in our front yards and backyards,
It won't go anywhere.
It's not going
It's like,
anywhere.
why do I have to leave? I got everything I need right here.
That's it.
Wow.
And remember, be careful. You can't leave doors and windows open because they're going to
They'll come inside.
They're going to come inside. They can smell the carbon dioxide that we exhale.
Is that what it
that's
is?
what they're attracted to.
I thought just because like I put on maybe a certain lotion, or I've heard that before. Oh, they like you because you're salty or something. You know what I mean? Are those true, or is it?
Those are factors. A lot of times, especially at special events, I get married couples and they'll say they're eating my wife up, but the husband says not me. Well, something that I have come to find out is, and we all know, a lot of ladies put lotion on their
scented
feet and their legs.
Yeah.
Us hairy-legged men, we don't do that. Okay, we shower, we shave, we brush our teeth, we're out the door. Okay,
if we're lucky.
Yeah, but ladies, yeah, they like to put the lotion on their legs, and I really believe that the scents and the fragrances coming from some of those lotion products
are
making women more attractive than men. But that's not
well.
always...
There's other things that make them more attractive too, Terry.
Oh, I have to be careful what I say on the radio today, don't I? Yes, but you're right, JR. But also, like myself, okay, I'm warm-natured. I'm a heavy sweater, okay? They eat me alive.
Yeah.
Because I'm a heavy sweater, people who tend to sweat heavily put off more lactic acid. That's another chemical cue that the mosquitoes will kind of key in on. So there's a lot of science behind it. Bottom line is insect repellent will stop all the mosquitoes here in Kern County if you'll do one thing, and that's purchase a product that has 20% or more active ingredient. Okay. So when the mosquitoes start to bother you, or better yet, even beforehand, spray the repellent on, keep the mosquitoes away. Especially the ankle biters are miserable. The mosquito is very aggressive. They bite you more than once, and that is the truth. A female mosquito will bite you 6 or 7 times because they're very nervous mosquitoes. So they don't land on you.
Wow, they got a lot in common with humans too. Not just human females. They're very nervous.
They do, but they really will. You could have 8, 10, 12 bites on the back of your legs.
No, typically I've experienced that where it's more than one. It's usually 2 or 3 right around kind of the same general area. And I'm like, man, how many times did that guy get me? And it's not even a guy, it's a girl now, turns out.
It's a girl. And it probably was only one. So my fiance and I had a couple get in the house or apartment here. It's been a couple weeks ago, and I woke up with 3 mosquito bites on my face, and I thought, oh, they're back. So it is mosquito season. Would just like to put the warning out to everyone here in Kern County. Remember, also West Nile virus is not showing up in our mosquito populations yet. That will happen very soon. I guarantee it. It's endemic. It will return every year. It does every year here in Kern County. And one thing I'd like to share is remember this, ladies and gentlemen, anyone over the age of 60 and anyone that has family members that have any immune deficiency, somebody battling cancer or serious illness, please be careful with those individuals. If they're going to be outdoors, make sure that they're protected with insect repellent, because it's usually those individuals that end up with a serious neurological impact from West Nile virus or even death, unfortunately. Wow. So, I want to wish Kern County well this year. Ask everybody to do their little part that they can to help reduce mosquitoes within our neighborhoods. And like I said, I'll reiterate on the yard drains. It really makes a big impact, especially in the newer neighborhoods.
Yeah, and those yard drains get them covered.
And flower pots. Okay, those two items very common in most homes. So,
is that just because the moisture in the flower pot that the mosquitoes are attracted to?
If you have homeowners who will water their plants on a regular basis, if that water stands inside that water saucer for 5 days or more, that's all it takes. Okay, so remember, 5 days is the magic number. I tell homeowners there's a simple solution with potted plants. Get you a bag of sand, a scoop, and fill in that water margin around your potted plant. It will still allow excess water to be stored in the saucer and hydrate the plant, but it will not breed mosquitoes. So you can have 200 potted plants in your backyard and you will not be part of the problem.
And just put a little sand around that edge there
That's
on the
it.
plate underneath. And another big thing right now is pools.
Yes.
You see a lot of people getting ready for summer, and they're either their pool has been dormant all winter long, and you're pulling out those covers and you're starting to do things with them. What are we seeing with pools right now?
We do aerial surveys twice a year here within our district, and what we're looking for is green swimming pools. We take it very seriously because a full green swimming pool can breed thousands of mosquitoes daily. So that is something that can really impact.
Is it the algae and everything that makes it a breeding ground for the mosquito? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that green water is going to have bacteria, algae. It's going to have microparticles that the mosquito larvae feed on. Okay. So if you were to put out a bucket of clean, fresh, chlorinated water, a mosquito's not going to lay eggs on it. It's got to ripen, so to say. That water's got to turn green and mature. So it's got to allow time for dust and different things to grow within that water. And once you create that soup, so to say, then you've created a water that mosquito larvae can thrive in, and mosquitoes will lay their eggs on readily. So right now we are in the process of treating or inspecting and treating green swimming pools. Would like to ask anybody, if you receive a pool notice, please allow us to enter your property. Our services are free. Even if you have cleaned your swimming pool, just so we can check you off our list. Right now we have over 1,000 homes that we have to inspect and pools that we need to treat if they're still green. So just remember, if you have a green pool, you're not in trouble. Our services are free, and we'll check you off. It only takes a few minutes for us to do that inspection and pool treatment.
What are some things to do if you have a pool and you're maintaining it through the summer? Just stay on top of it, keep it chlorinated, and
yeah, exactly. Mosquitoes will not lay eggs on chlorinated or a lot of people now have saltwater pools. Okay, so if the chlorine or the salt levels are up to where they need to be to keep that pool clean and fresh, adult mosquitoes taste the water before they lay their eggs.
Interesting.
So they can detect, chlorine or fresh water. What they're looking for is that stagnant soup where mosquito larvae would be able to live and thrive. So if you can maintain your chlorine levels, yes, please do so. Also, if you have a pool pump or something go wrong with your pool and it turns green, you can give us a call. We'll be glad to come out, do an inspection of that pool, and we'll help you out. So we have different products and chemicals that we use. I hate to use the word chemical, but they are pesticides, but they're safe because they're public health pesticides.
Oh, okay.
And we have one product that we use. It won't harm anything but mosquito larvae. It's really awesome how it works. So cats, dogs, birds can drink from these bird baths or even treated swimming pools, and it's not going to harm them in any way. So we do have chemicals out there that can help you out and help you and your neighbors out. So hopefully we're going to have a great summer. Everybody get on board.
Right.
And it takes a little bit of work.
But it takes work, and it takes everybody pitching in.
It does.
Right.
It really does. And if you have how can I say this? If you have like an elderly homeowner that lives in your neighborhood that really can't help themselves out, doesn't hurt to, I'm not going to say take it upon yourself, but ask for permission. Say, hey,
Right.
Hey, we've got yard drains in our backyard. We found out, if we can get the window mesh over the top of these yard drains, we can stop these little problematic mosquitoes from biting us this summer. Would you mind, hey, if we look in your yard and we've got, the window mesh, and we've got everything, and we're willing to help you out. See if you can do that with your homeowners, and everybody get on board this year, because I've had the opportunity at special events, home and garden shows, boat and RV shows, to actually get the chance to talk to people this year. They said the information that we gave them last year made a big impact in their neighborhoods. They noticed fewer mosquitoes. And I get excited when I hear that, because that really is, being a public information officer, that's a positive feedback from the public that I like to hear. That means the word is getting out. It's taken a little bit of time. I like radio. I stress radio because people get the opportunity to just hear me spread the news.
Yeah.
And sometimes I talk too much, but
You're fine.
I've got a lot of answers for people sometimes who have a lot of questions.
If people do have questions or do want to get a hold of you, maybe they need help with something, how do they get a hold of Kern Mosquito and Vector Control?
Yeah. If you're having a mosquito problem at home, yes, remember our services are free. Easiest way to take care of the problem at your house is go to kernmosquito.com, fill out a request for service. There on that service request, we're going to ask for your name, your phone number, and just basically what's taking place in your yard, or if you want to report a green swimming pool, if your neighbor has a green swimming pool, you can do that anonymously too. So don't be bothered by mosquitoes. Remember that we're here to help. And but if you go to kernmosquito.com, just let us know basically what's going on. And remember, let us know if you're being bitten during the daytime or if you're being bitten in the evening, okay? Because that gives us information on what kind of mosquito to look for. So your ankle biters bite during the day. Our Culex mosquitoes, the West Nile mosquitoes, they're going to bite you after sundown. So it gives us an idea on what we need to be looking for when we're out there.
That is, there's so much information out there, and they can get more on your guys' website as well, right? KernMosquito.com, and all the information's there. If they need to get a hold of you guys, they can do so. Terry, thank you so much for stopping by, man.
Jay, hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, this has been enlightening, man. I've learned so much just in the short amount of time, how just simple little things we can do to help eliminate some of these things. It's so insightful, and it's beneficial to have all of us, because we're all affected every single day. I can't tell you how many times, oh man, I got bit again. Like, yeah. And we can do things to help remedy that. And so you guys have all that information. And so I appreciate you sharing that with us.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm not always perfect either. So I forget to put on the insect repellent. You know what? I get tattooed just like a lot of people. But yeah, let's have a good summer this year. Let's all try to stay safe out there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Terry. Appreciate you stopping by. And if you guys need more information, just go to kernmosquito.com. Terry Knight with Kern Mosquito and Vector Control. We got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll see what you guys are talking about. 661-842-5376. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Collins, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, local water expert and golden mussel enthusiast Lois Henry will be joining us. We'll have the latest in Billy's epic quest to unseat Dave Couch for the assembly seat race. That'll be interesting. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1. Streaming live on the internet at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Most people don't want more financial information. They want clarity. They want to know they're making the right moves and that someone's actually paying attention. That's what we do at MoneyWise. We help you organize your financial life, plan for what's ahead, and make decisions with confidence, whether retirement is around the corner or still years away. And now you'll find us in a new place, the historic Woolworth building, right in the heart of downtown Bakersfield. A piece of local history reimagined for what's next. MoneyWise, thoughtful planning, real conversations. Visit moneywiseguys.com to get started.
Securities offered through FPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through FPL Financial. FPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
One card, a world of rewards at Hard Rock Casino Tejon. Unity by Hard Rock turns every moment into more. More rewards, more perks, more places to use them. Earn while you game, dine, and explore. Then redeem at participating Hard Rock locations around the world. From your favorite local spot to legendary destinations, your rewards go where you do. Unity by Hard Rock. Join today and make every visit count. Must be 21 years of age or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Central Valley remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, local water expert and golden mussel enthusiast Lois Henry will be joining us. We'll have the latest in Billy's epic quest to unseat Dave Couch for the assembly seat race. That'll be interesting. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1. Streaming live on the internet at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. That's what I was going to tell you to do. Now that you put on Sublime. Today is the anniversary of the death of Bob Marley. I was going to tell you, yeah, it totally slipped my mind. I was going to tell you to play nothing but Bob Marley songs.
See.
What's that?
This is why I come into the office every
I
single
know,
day.
you do.
Every single day. And I
Not
look
only-
at him dead in the face and say, do we need audio?
Not only you do it before, because Chris has a crazy schedule, and I remember when I used to do the crazy schedule, so I feel for you, my brother. But Chris will get here in the morning, and then he leaves around 10 o'clock, and he always comes by my office before he leaves, and he says, do you need anything for the afternoon or anything? You got? What do you need? What's got? What's the show look like? Everything good? I got it? Okay, good, go, got, bop, boom. And sometimes I forget, oh yeah, it's Bob Marley's death day. We could play some Bob Marley. So pull up some Bob Marley and we'll listen to it at least in the
Would have made
second
my
hour.
job on this end so much easier.
I know, I'm sorry, but when you played Sublime, it triggered because they got that reggae ska sound, and I was like, oh,
We'll
that's
get
right.
3 good Bob songs in here.
Yeah, we'll get some good Bob. I'll tell you
Play
what.
some Kaya or something.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. Oh,
Everybody will relax for a little bit.
yeah, well, we'll do some kind. Want to thank Terry Knight from Kern Mosquito and Vector Control. If you guys need information or if you guys got some mosquito problems, get a hold of them, kernmosquito.com, and they can help you out and alleviate some of that. Some great tips, though. I've been getting bitten up a bunch. I have a tendency to either sit out on the back porch or I'll leave the back door just ajar a little bit to let that breeze kick in, especially during right now in the spring, well, before today anyways. And I've been getting bit up. So take their advice and just do the little things that can help eliminate some of that mosquito population. They suck, dude. And then if you get West Nile, it's even worse, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So you guys, if you got mosquito problems, or if you want to report your neighbor, you can do so at kernmosquito.com. Just try to help them out. Got to get to a break. On the other side, we'll talk some movies on a Movie Monday with Mike Armendariz, plus a whole bunch of other things to talk about. California giving out free diapers, huh?
Kern Radio.
Hopefully he's here. Is he here?
KERN.
I forgot to text him.
96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield.
I told him.
An American
I
General
forgot to
Media
text him.
Station.
News this hour from Town Hall.
I hope so.
I'm Steve Peters in Washington. Several nations are trying to help mediate an end to the
Yeah, he's
Iran
probably
war,
here.
but
He's good.
Washington and Tehran are making demands neither side will accept.
These difficulties and these challenges seem insurmountable at the moment, and we are seeing an uptick in attacks both in the Persian Gulf, targeting Gulf Arab countries, as well as ships in the region, as well as increased fire between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah, which Iran backs. All these things together could be enough to tip this region back into open war.
Correspondent John Gambrell reporting. President Trump says the Iran ceasefire is on life support after he rejected Tehran's latest proposal to end the war. Officials said the proposal included some concern
Welcome back. Second hour of the program. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com, social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search up Kern Radio. Also streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now. Search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow us. Watch us from the Kern Radio studios, all powered by Adaptive Networks. Call them for your IT needs, 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It is Adaptive Networks. Want to thank the folks from Kern Mosquito for stopping by again. If you need help with the mosquito problem at your place, go ahead and check out kernmosquito.com. Together, we can all stop from getting bit over the summer, because mosquito season is here. And also here, it's Movie Monday, and summer movie season is about to heat up as well, because in a week and a half now, 2 weeks, it's going to be Memorial Day weekend, and that is officially the kickoff of a summer movie season. And we got Movie Mondays here with Mike Armandaris. Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me. I just realized I still don't have like a little catchphrase to come in.
Yeah, we got
work on that.
We got to work on the we're going to do what did they show? The previews before the movies. We'll have a whole like theater roll in or something.
That's what I did. We got to have the whole music, everything.
And come out to the lobby. Oh, we've been doing this for a long time, Mike. You used to come on the Richard Bean show back in the day when Richard Bean was still around, and that was, goodness gracious. I mean, it's been a few years now, and I was thinking about it today, because as I sat in my office, the TV in my office has rabbit ear antennas.
Oh my God.
And I remember the conversations that we would have 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago about
up on 10,
cutting the cord. Everybody's thing was, oh, we're cutting the cord. We're cutting the cord. We're all streaming. And over this past decade that when we started those conversations, I mean, streaming is now dominant, right? People haven't completely, I know people that still have cable.
I know people who have cable who pay for all the channels, and it's like, I don't know what you're doing. But at the same time, you have access to all that stuff. Like, there are times when I'm at home and I'm just flipping through all my apps, and it's like, I can't pick what to watch.
I don't know what to watch. Yeah.
And usually I watch Pluto. I'll like go put on like a Columbo, and it's like, I'll know that'll be playing while I do paperwork. It's
that's
crazy.
like if you had cable, Pluto free TV.
But the price now is so crazy.
Yeah.
You're not like sponsored by any cable companies. I'm not going to get
No, I don't have cable. I cut the cord. I've literally cut
You
all
can pretend
cords.
though. You can be like, oh yeah, I subscribe to every cable. Are there even any cable companies besides Spectrum?
DirecTV, I think, is still
DirecTV is
around.
still-
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're the only ones. I don't know if was it ATT Uverse or something like that for a
Uverse,
while.
yeah. Anytime I try to upgrade my phone, they try to like sell me on cable, and it's like, I just want to get out of here. I need a phone.
Yeah, and so we've all converted over to believing that streaming was the cheaper option, only to be bamboozled, Mike. And now we're paying just as much as we were before.
No, and that's what's crazy. We've talked, I mean, so the breadth of the time I've appeared on this show, and then the previous show, the late night show, like around 2010. Disney now is talking about how they want to evolve Disney Plus to be like the Disneyland app and the Disney Cruise app. So there's just going to be a Disney app that you got everything through.
Well, and they have live channels on there now too.
Yeah.
Like if you're now they have tiers as well.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was just one buy-in all, and now they have tiers to the levels of.
And now they have ads.
Because they have ads.
I don't want to have commercials, man.
That's why I'm paying to have a streaming service. I thought we weren't going to have ads, and now I've been bamboozled. I have to pay even more to not have the ads.
One year, it had to have been about 10 years ago. I paid for the upgraded YouTube so I could watch the Oscars, and just because that year they weren't doing it. Did it for 1 year, had it for a month, and then canceled it after the trial. I still, every time I click on a video on YouTube, hey, come back. We have this. And it's like, I'm not, it's been 10 years. I'm not doing this.
I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back.
It's like the worst exes. They don't even have context in your life. They just are like cold calling.
It's like, and I've unsubscribed to your emails too. Stop, leave me alone. It's insane.
Like, what's your makeup right now? Do you watch a lot of YouTube? Is that something that you do? Because like there is so much out there that sometimes I don't know what to watch, even though I want to watch something, and I end up spending more time trying to choose than anything else.
I find myself on YouTube watching podcasting more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether it's Joe Rogan or one of the other podcasts that I enjoy, I probably watch it more than I would listen to it. But it's also the aspect of, like you said, I can put on Columbo and it's in the background.
Yeah.
Right. It's on, it's playing, and I'm listening to it, but I can do something else. I can cook dinner at the same time, or I can, do a project or finish up work or something. So it's on, but am I watching it the whole time? No.
That's the worst for your accounting work, because then you're like, okay, how much am I paying in cable? Okay, I'm listening to Columbo. I'm paying $100 a month to be able to do that. You know, it was awful. So I've seen you at a few city council meetings recently.
That's awful.
Where then I get back at home and on YouTube, they're on there, and it's like, hey, I could just stay home and do this and watch it at like 2 times speed.
Well, now they're opening it up to people that watch at home can now also participate.
What do you think of that? I think if you want to be there, like, that's something. Like, it kind of takes a little bit of the urgency away by doing it from home.
I
call in. What do you think?
I feel that like if it really means that much to you, you'll show up and actually be. And I think you showing up weighs more than somebody maybe on the phone.
Right.
But I also get the aspect of, like, well, and for city council meetings, I guess it's not that big of a deal because Bakersfield isn't so big. Where the Kern County Supervisors, what if it's somebody out in Ridgecrest that wants
to come in?
They don't want to drive all the way into Kern County to get their 2 minutes of speaking and then told you're out of time and then have to sit back down. So I get it in some respects, but I think it also opens up a lot to, and I've seen it, where you get pranksters.
Yeah. And part of me perversely is like excited about that part of it.
Yes.
But like, oh man, I don't know. I felt bad. There was a county supervisor meeting last week where Regal Cinemas was petitioning to get their alcohol. And luckily they're going to be doing that. Another big thing to bolster the movie industry, where people will have that option to drink at theaters now. And the gentleman who was speaking out against it, I don't know if you saw that part of the meeting or not. He came up and he was like, well, I'm listening now and I hear that Studio Movie Grill already has alcohol and AMC already has alcohol. So, and Reading. Basically he's listing these theaters. He goes, I didn't know that. So I guess this is already a thing. And I feel bad for being here because I didn't know that. But I still want to say, I think there should be family venues that are just, alcohol free. But it was funny hearing that, where someone was so impassioned by what was happening in their part of the neighborhood that they didn't even realize what's happening in the rest of Bakersfield.
I mean, I guess that's a good argument of saying we still need to have some family aspects and making it an alcohol-free zone.
Yeah,
I
can see that.
I can see that. I can see that. But at the same time, it's like, is there an issue? You know what I mean? Like, does it cause problems? I would say no. There's plenty, especially out at the marketplace, there's plenty of facilities out there that are serving alcohol.
Drink somewhere. You can go to Vaughn's and grab something if you want to. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. It's great. It's the same thing that people have discussed with Disneyland. Like, there are places in Disneyland where you can have alcohol in only this place. But
they've opened it up more.
And they've opened it up a little more, but you could get destroyed out at downtown Disney and still walk in. So
yeah.
I mean, I think that's the way to do it. You regulate what you can regulate to make sure that you keep things safe and
do you want to know?
See where it falls.
You want to know my trick, Mike?
The sippers.
So
oh my God, seriously?
So one year we're over at California Adventure and they had the sipper, but it was the glove, the Infinity Stone glove, right? And the actual mitt part is the drink part. Yeah. And at California Adventure, you could purchase alcohol anywhere and walk around the whole park at California Adventure with it, right? Okay, so we were there, but we were going to go back to Disneyland to watch the fireworks. The kids have already finished the drink, and I'm just carrying around this darn thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. And I poured a drink in there, and then I just walked on over into Disneyland, and nobody even checked my Infinity Stone glove.
But I mean, and that's the thing. I doubt you were going to be wrecked. You were there with your family, but there are people, derogatorily, a lot of people talk about Disney adults where people do make a mess of things. And I think that's the thing that businesses like my company, like what we have to do is to make sure that we're keeping the family safe and
balancing
we have things there. the interesting stat that the gentleman from Regal had was that only about 10% of people are going to get a drink at a movie
Actually
theater,
purchase it.
and only 10% of the time are those people going to get 2 drinks. So
Yeah.
it's going to be regulated. So I don't think there's anything to worry about in terms of that.
No, I think it will be fine as well. Let's take a break then, since we killed a bunch of time talking about that stuff, and let's talk about some movies actually on the other side. Mortal Kombat just came out over the weekend. We'll see how that is playing.
Some big Fast and Furious news.
You're gonna have to stick around, Chris. You're not even gonna believe it. Has this franchise already just gone too far?
Yes.
They say no, Chris, and I'll let Mike explain after the break about what you can expect from the franchise that just keeps on going. I mean, when you got the cash cow, you might as well just milk that bad boy for as long as you can. And they are desperately trying to do that. We'll talk about that. Plus, Top Gun is celebrating an anniversary. You can see that in theaters as well. All that coming up. It's a Movie Monday with Mike Armendariz on the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I think Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State,
We're already doing it. It's already a done deal.
The president, Earl Levitt, is on maternity leave. So
Like I said,
took
I can
questions
see the
on
argument
Epic
because
Fury, and he
same thing with
says
Disneyland.
that
It's like
is
you wanna
over.
keep
Now we're
this
moving on to
family
Project
environment.
Freedom, which
Well,
is
it's
to
not
secure the removes. And he said that he believes that the War Powers Act is unconstitutional.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
It's Monday, one of the hardest days of the week. No, not because it's return to work, because I have to wait so long just to be able to get into the stockyard. Don't know what the stockyard is? It's at 2525 F Street. It's a little speakeasy whiskey bar right next to Casey's Steakhouse. For the folks that brought you Casey's Steakhouse.
But again,
Knock on the
you
door,
can't
ring the doorbell.
leave
They're going to ask you what's the password.
by
Tell
you
them
with your
why
drink.
not
You're
JR.
not
Be
walking around
prepared to be
Disneyland with it.
transported
So they-
through time.
tried
You're
to
going to go
at least
back to the
balance
pro
it.
era.
Full
There's all
California
kinds of little
adventures.
secret doorways to go through. You're going to love this. Maybe you're going out on a date with your significant other, trying to get a quiet evening in. This is the perfect place to do that. Not only can you get specialty cocktail drinks, but you can also get some of the food and appetizers from Casey's Steakhouse. Maybe you want some steak bites. Maybe you want a shrimp cocktail. They can get that for you. All at the Stockyard Whiskey Bar. Easy, 2525 F Street.
Dude, I used to
Stop
go
in,
once a
ring the
month.
doorbell. When they
And
ask your password, tell them,
for
why
like
not
5, 6
JR?
years
It's the
straight,
Stockyard,
we were there once a
2525
month
F
at
Street.
and not just like, oh, we went for one day that once a month. We were there for like the weekend, like 2 days, 2.5 days. And never once did I see like people
Watching him, taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could be progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Or a vasocapped pegol is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
They can barely hear it though because
morning 6 to 9
the commercials pick up a lot
On
of
the
it.
Tuesday edition of the First Look program, local water expert and golden muscle enthusiast Lois Henry will be joining us. We'll have the latest in Billy's epic quest to unseat Dave Couch for the assembly seat race. That'll be interesting. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1. Streaming live on the internet at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look, the Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
I love him. This is some of the stuff that he says all the time. Like you're funny and crazy and right on. Yeah, but like, are you on play?
There it is. Little Bob Marley on the anniversary of the passing of the legend Bob Marley. He had a movie out recently too, didn't they? Did the Bob Marley
Yeah, it
movie?
did crazy. One Love came out a couple of Valentine's days ago.
Yeah, that did pretty well. You see a lot of biopics doing pretty good as well too, and anniversary movies, which will slide into Top Gun, do pretty good too. Me and Chris were talking about that, how it's cool that they do these, because when it came out the first time, I might have been too young to actually go see it in the theater.
Right.
And so these movies that I remember watching like on TV, on VHS at home or something, now I get the opportunity to go back and see them on a big screen with the sound and everything like that. And these anniversaries, we see them happening more and more, no?
Yeah, it's happening more and more lately now that for a while there, obviously studios needed stuff to fill the screens because
Right.
movies weren't being made in mid to late 2020 and
2020.
on, and then the writer strikes and everything. But now, like, there's actually a market for it. So, like JR mentioned, 40th anniversary of Top Gun, which is crazy to think.
I
Like,
know.
40 years later,
When
they just had a sequel.
When I saw it listed, I'm like, wait a minute, 40 years? That means I was 6 when this thing came out.
Yeah.
5. It's crazy.
But then when you think about Top Gun Maverick, which I loved when that came out a couple of years ago, I really loved that sequel. Like, to think that that was like 35 years
After.
later.
Yeah.
And that even that movie got caught up because that was supposed to come out summer of 2020
Yeah.
and ended up coming out 2022 because of everything that was happening in the world. So even that was delayed. So yeah, now 40 years later, there's a third one coming out. There, people are thinking that there's going to be an announcement like to coincide with this
the
anniversary. But yeah, starting this Wednesday at theaters everywhere, you can see they're putting out both Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, so you can schedule a double feature and just go out and see something. If the stuff that's out right now isn't your cup of tea, if you don't want to see like video game movies with Mortal Kombat or
Hey, now.
no, nothing wrong with them. I enjoyed it, but yeah. To be able to see Top Gun, especially on a big screen, is something that a lot of people haven't had a chance to do.
Yeah, I remember when they did it with the original Star Wars. We were talking about Star Wars last Monday on May the 4th, and they did that when they re-released, and they made changes, but they re-released the originals in the theaters, and those were out in the 70s. I didn't get a chance to see that movie in the theater, and so I took that opportunity to see some of that.
Yeah, 100%. And then speaking about the passage of time, this September, Avengers Endgame is going to be re-released with like a tie-in to the new Avengers movie that's coming out in December. But that, when you think about it, is like 7 years old already, and that movie doesn't feel like it came out that long ago. But that's almost a decade now. So it's an easy way for movie companies to get their awareness out for a new movie that's coming out, then to also just get that free money because people are going to be taking their families. So.
And speaking of movies that may have come out a long time ago, when was the original Mortal Kombat released? Do you remember?
God, 95 or 96? The movie? Yeah, I think around that time.
I enjoyed the original.
I never saw the original.
I loved the video game. Obviously, I grew up in that era when Mortal Kombat was released, Sega Genesis, and just playing all day, going to Jimmy's Arcade in the mall and putting your quarter up. Who remembers Jimmy Arcade out there? Anybody? Remember Jimmy's?
I remember Jimmy's.
Tilt?
Remember Tilt? Oh, man.
Tilt in the mall. Chris don't know nothing about
Tilt in the mall
arcades.
with a long hallway, like kind of like you were sneaking into.
Just because you guys
place
ruined
shouldn't
those for
have
my
been.
generation doesn't mean I don't know what they are.
You guys don't remember anything about the arcade.
You guys ruined them for
the
us.
nickel
We didn't get a chance
arcade.
to go
They had
play
the
them.
nickel
Now
arcade
you
over
have
there.
cards. You don't even have coins.
Yeah,
It's
it don't even put out coins anymore. It's terrible. You guys are
No, but I was
deprived.
more of a Street Fighter guy. So Street Fighter, there's a new Street Fighter also coming out this year, coming out
Really?
in October with Cody Rhodes as Guile and a couple of, I don't know who were playing Ken and Ryu. This guy named, actually it's an interesting guy. The guy that's playing Ken is a guy named Noah Centineo. He's also in the new Rambo reboot where he'll be Rambo. It's like going back to showing his origin.
I didn't know we were doing Rambo over.
Doing another Rambo.
Okay.
You know what? I want to have this on everyone's radar. There's actually a biopic coming out this fall or early next year called I Play Rocky that is about the making of Rocky. And the guy that plays Stallone looks so good. Laugh if you want, but the footage they showed us at CinemaCon, it looks so good. And it like the way that they're making it. The guy that made it is the guy that made Green Book, one of the Farrelly brothers.
Right.
And it's basically like Rocky, where it's like this underdog battle about this actor who doesn't get all these roles, so he writes a movie for himself. And I was like laughing about it going in, but it looks really good. So hopefully that'll find its audience as well.
Is there any more original ideas in Hollywood? I mean, they're literally, and I've told this a couple times, they're stealing my childhood and they're trying to reinvent it, Mike. And I hate it. Quit, find your own movies. Leave mine alone.
So you're not going to go see Masters of the Universe?
No, I'll go see Masters of the Universe. And I'm going to go see Mortal Kombat 2 as well. Are you kidding me? Like I said, I was a big fan. Do you feel like you have to be a fan of the video game, though, to enjoy the movie?
I would think with something like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, you have to have some kind of like understanding of where it came from. Because I don't think people off the street are going to be like, "Oh, Mortal Kombat 2, let's go see what that is." Because I mean, there's that built-in audience. I think stuff like Marvel, where it's like more broad, will get those audiences in. But when you see like an R-rated movie that's like Mortal Kombat 2, I don't know. Here's what I will say. I didn't think it was going to have that much of an audience. The first one, when it came out in 2021, made about $20 million. This one made $40 million.
Wow.
So the audience is there and they are coming out.
Well, remember though, the first one came out during COVID. Nobody was in theaters.
Yeah.
Probably would have made that much money.
And it's guys our age that grew up playing the video game, and now not only are we wanting to go watch the movie, but we're taking our kids.
Well, in my theater over the weekend, we had like 3 kids dressed as Scorpion, like in different theaters, and we usually have a no mask policy just because if we're showing something like Scream and people come dressed as Ghostface, it's like, all right, let's not do that for safety. But when it's a little kid dressed as Scorpion, it's like, heck yeah, guy.
You're like, get over here.
Yeah. Here's some free popcorn. You're doing us proud.
Good job, kid. Good job. So Mortal Kombat 2 was out over the weekend. Devil Wears Prada still doing pretty good, right?
Still doing good. Like the top 3 this week, it was only the 3rd time since 2020 where the top 3 movies made over $30 million each. So the movie business is bouncing back. It just took a while for everything to get lined up and everything happening. And then there's no Marvel movie this year until the new Avengers movie in December. So that money is going somewhere. A lot of people were worried that with there being no Marvel movie, that audiences weren't going to go. These diverse movies that are coming out. So
that's cool.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And then we have to get to the news of the Fast and Furious. First off, how many movies do we have?
10 or X.
Shut up.
X number of movies for that last one that came out.
Wow. And now you're telling me.
Just freshly announced, Vin Diesel announced today at the NBC Universal Peacock Upfronts that Fast and Furious will be coming back, not only as the final 11th movie, but as 4 TV shows.
Wait, did he say the final movie?
He said a lot of things. So there's a lot of things that Vin Diesel says that you got to take with a grain of salt. Originally, he said that the next movie is so big that there's going to be 2 Fast and the Furious 11s to wrap up the movies. And then that never materialized. And now it's an official announcement, at least at these NBC upfronts, that there's going to be 4 Fast and the Furious TV shows leading up to the 11th movie.
And is it going to star the same people?
I
Is
would
it based
hope.
on the same premise, the same storyline? Are we?
He might still be talking, so we don't know. He has a tendency to just like he's passionate. I'll give him that, but no details about this other than him saying 4 Fast and Furious TV shows in the lead up to the final movie coming out in, I think, 2028.
In the lead up to the ride opening this weekend.
Yeah,
Or
the
this
ride at
year, this
Universal
summer.
Studios. If you haven't seen that, I don't know. It feels weird when you pass by Universal Studios now to not only see like Hogwarts up on the hill, a minion peeking up over that ride, but now a roller coaster just slapped onto the side of the mountain. It's weird, but shows that there's an audience for those movies. That there's a Fast and Furious roller coaster at Universal Studios.
Does that mean they're taking out the other Fast and Furious component? Or we're
Yeah,
gonna leave
that's
that
already
in?
gone.
Is it gone already?
Yeah, it's a standalone ride in Florida. So if you really want to see that Fast and the Furious ride, it's a standalone ride still in Florida. But now here it's no longer part of the tour.
That's insane. That's insane. Oh man, so much ground to cover, and it's good that theaters are back and the box offices are seeing a lot of action. I'm glad to see that, and people going and coming into theaters again. It's fun.
Yeah, and it's something everybody faced. Restaurants faced it, movie theaters faced it, concert venues faced it.
Yeah.
But like as it shows, like everything is bouncing back as long as everything is allowed to.
It's a movie. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for having me. Love being here.
We'll do it again next week.
Hope so.
Is set to come out the following weekend. Sweet. Goes by so fast.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Democrats have filed an emergency appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court seeking to halt the redistricting rule by Virginia's top court. The state court had invalidated a ballot measure that would have given Virginia Democrats an additional 4 winnable U.S. House seats. Virginia voters narrowly approved the constitutional amendment last month that let Democrats redraw political lines in time for the November election. The Supreme Court is leaving women's access to a widely used abortion pill untouched until at least Thursday, while the justices consider whether to allow restrictions on the drug mifepristone to take effect. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 95 points, the Nasdaq rose 27, the S&P 500 advanced 13. More details at srnnews.com. You probably
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
One person has been arrested and several more removed from homeless camps that were cleared in a joint operation between Bakersfield PD and several other police and health agencies. That's in an area between Manor Street overcrossing and the North Chester Avenue overcrossing. Police say more than 7 tons of trash and debris were taken away. If you're getting gas, you'll notice that the price has come down just a little bit. The average for a gallon of regular across the state is now $6.10, says Gas Buddy, which is down about a nickel over the weekend. The Kern County Board of Supervisors will discuss appointing a new registrar of voters to oversee elections in Kern County in a closed-door session tomorrow about 2 p.m., according to their meeting agenda. That person will make about $191,000 per year. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I'm telling you, we could end up with a Republican governor by the process of elimination because Becerra's out, because the secret's out that he was a horrible HHS secretary. I think that Porter's out because she made a fool of herself in the debate. If it's Tom Steyer versus either Bianco or Hilton, I'm telling you, we could have a Republican governor.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
You know,
What's that?
you didn't tell me about the Bob Marley thing.
What's that?
We're gonna get the Mortal Kombat song next.
Was I?
Mortal Kombat.
Classic.
It is.
I don't care what people say. Song goes hard.
I grew up playing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, same.
I don't want to say I was addicted to it, but I was addicted to it.
Oh, I was addicted.
I love that game. I remember when the first one came out.
My uncle, we not to cut you off, we had a Super Nintendo, and my uncle taught us very early how to play that game, just solely so he could beat us up.
So he beat you all day. No, I love that. And Street Fighter was fun too. I enjoyed Street Fighter. I used to love going to the arcade when they used to actually have arcades. So I don't think we have an arcade in town, do we? Like a legit arcade. I know you can go to Dave and Buster's. Or you can go to,
not a legitimate arcade.
You can go to the Boulevard. They have arcade games.
Last one that I remembered in town was the one that was in the East Hills Mall.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's the last one I fully remember, like actual arcade wise.
No, I don't think I remember that one. I never went to the East Hills Mall though. So. But they had the one in the Valley Plaza Tilt all the way at the end. I think it's where Kate Pasa is now. That used to be the arcade, and then there was Jimmy's Arcade on Ming Avenue.
right next to the warehouse. There used no, not the warehouse. No, maybe it was Sam Goody or music something. There's a music store there too, where that shopping center where Guitar Center is. There was a up there by Foster's Donuts. There was a Jimmy's Arcade was right there too. It was fun. Just put your quarter up, play games all day long. 661-842-5376. Anything on the text board before we move on, sir?
No, we are bare.
Thank you, Mike Armendariz, for stopping by every Monday. Love talking to that dude. He is the manager over at the Maya Theaters. And not only is he the manager, but he has a wealth of information on just entertainment things. He watches a lot of stuff. He goes to all the Comic Cons, the Cinema Cons, this and that events, and he's just fun to talk to about all things entertainment. So I appreciate Mike Armendariz coming on. You can hear him every Monday right here on Movie Monday on the JR Show. California, the state of California, Governor Gavin Newsom announced last Friday, I believe, that the state has partnered with a nonprofit, and they are going to be and as California loves to do, I think they just love to say we're the first in the nation. Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, I don't think they really care. The fact that they just like to say we're the first in the nation. It's a first in the nation program. They're going to be providing free diapers to all newborns in the state of California. So if you have a kid, don't worry about buying diapers. No. We're going to go ahead and give you some beginning this summer. Every baby born in a participating California hospital will receive 400 diapers at no cost. No cost. You get to take, no cost to them. You see, there's a cost to us because nothing, as we know, in this world is free. It's just not. It's tax money. And so they are investing, I believe it's $20 million to this nonprofit to give out free diapers. And while that might sound like a great program, yeah, we want to help, families that are underprivileged, poor families, maybe they can't afford diapers. I think that's all full of crap. And yes, there is a pun intended there. Because when you look at who this nonprofit is, it's Baby to Baby is the name of the nonprofit. And it started not too long ago, actually. But when you look at the connections of who's board or who runs it and connections, and realize that the governor's wife has a nonprofit as well, and it's called California's Partners Project, and it helps, do all kinds of things. But that nonprofit, California's Partners Project, co-founded by Gavin Newsom's wife, helped facilitate this new partnership with Baby to Baby. And why is that? Well, it just so happens that the CEO, Nora Weinstein, or the co-CEO, I should say, of Baby to Baby, Nora Weinstein, also sits on the board of the nonprofit co-founded by the governor's wife, California Partners Project. And you start to go, now, wait a second. How is that not like conflict of interest? You're telling me the governor's wife, one, has a nonprofit that gets a lot of funds from the government. Two, she has now helped facilitate another partnership in which one of her board members has another nonprofit that we're going to start kicking money to too, all in the tune of $20 million. $7.4 million already approved in this project, and another $12.5 million proposed in the 26-27 budget cycle. The other things you don't realize is this nonprofit, this Baby to Baby, they tell you that, we've been doing this since 2011, and although we may have, and I think it's, let me see, I have it written down here somewhere. I think it's like $70 million total assets, $75 million in total assets ourselves as a nonprofit. We give out about 29 million a year, but we have $75 million in total assets sitting right now. We need 20 million more to help give out free diapers to every baby in California. And to help cut some of the costs, they claim, because when you really look at it, there's no cutting cost here. As a matter of fact, it's going to cost more. They have been doing this, that they said, you know what, if we start our own diaper manufacturing company, like if we make the diapers ourselves, if we start a company that makes diapers and buy them from that company that we started, that'll save the cost if we were having to get them from like Huggies or Pampers or somewhere else. But that's not the case. It turns out, no, they actually cost more than if you just went to Costco and purchased the diapers off of the shelf in bulk. And so it's, when does the waste stop? When does the fraud stop? Not to mention these diapers that they've decided if we manufacture them as a nonprofit ourselves, we can save money. They manufacture them in Mexico. They don't even make them here in California, much less America. No, they manufacture them in Mexico. And then we're supposed to just give them $20 million to pass out diapers when it turns out, when you look at their financial statements, they have. Let's see. I'm trying to find the exact, because I don't want to get it twisted here. How many people they have making Baby to Baby has 14 employees. Remember, it's a nonprofit. Making more than $100,000 annually in compensation, including the head of warehouse operations. So I got this great idea. We're going to start a nonprofit and say we're going to pass out free bars of soap to everybody. But I'm also going to start a company that's going to manufacture soap bars that I can buy from. You see? See what I'm see? And then we're going to get the government, because we know somebody, I sit on his wife's board, her nonprofit. So we'll get the government, the state of California, who I'm good friends with his wife. We'll get them to give us $20 million, even though we have $75 million in assets just sitting there. And so while it seems all nice and great, and the state of California is so progressive, and we're going to cut the cost of living in California by giving out free things, free diapers. Well, and again, that sounds good at a press conference, but we all know nothing in this world is free. Somebody's got to pay for that. That comes on the back of you and I, the taxpayers. And did I mention, because I don't know if any of y'all have babies, Chris, I know you haven't had a baby, so you probably don't know this, but at least when I left the hospital with my baby, and this was 9 years ago, mind you, my daughter is 9 years old, they gave us diapers. They said, here, you can take some of these. It's cool. We got this. We got plenty. Pampers, Huggies, they hook it up. We got some here. You guys take these ones. So something that they were already doing, we have to do it even, we got to do it. Well, that's not enough. Every diaper, babies take a lot of poop. Maybe we can give them more. Maybe we can give them like 400 diapers. And I even read somewhere, and I haven't verified this, that most of the families that they help out, that they give free diapers to, already have that part covered, and they just turn around and go ahead and resell the diapers. This right here is full of crap, just like a baby's diaper. And the fact that he is going to give a nonprofit $20 million of our tax money to his wife's friend's nonprofit to do this is just insane. And the fact that they can even get away with this and then pass it along like we're doing some great thing. Oh, we're providing free diapers for all the families. Hey, hell, if you're illegal, it doesn't matter. We'll give you free diapers too. We got enough to go around. It's $20 million in diapers. This man can't get out of office soon enough. The scary part is that he's running for president. And he's probably, at least the way it may look right now, is probably a top contender. Probably a top contender. Especially if you talk to a lot of the candidates for governor and the grades that they hand out to the guy. Oh, he's doing great. B minus. B minus. He's the A minus. I'm a tough grader, so he gets an A minus. A minus. You know what's crazy about the Democratic voters? And I don't say that from a partisan seat because I'm not a Republican, just to make it very clear. Although I may lean conservative, I am a part of the no party preference. And so when I look at the lay of the land, I try my best to do it equally and on both sides. But the problem with the Democrats, and the polls show that when they ask the question, is California headed in the right direction? Are we doing well? 50 to 60% of people will tell you no. And now I know, half of that is probably Republican voters, and they'll say no, as long as the Democrats in office, we're not going to be doing well. But the thing about the Democrats is they'll admit that we're not doing well, that California is headed in the wrong direction, that this state is not in a good place right now, that we're spending way too much money and that we're doing all these things. The Democrats will sit there and tell you that. The Democratic candidates for governor will sit there and tell you that there's so many things wrong with California, and then they'll sit there and pretend like they haven't been the ones running this state that have put us in this predicament. And the problem with the voters is, as much as they realize that yes, we're in terrible condition, Democrats just can't vote for Republicans. Period. End of story. They'll tell you that the state is screwed up and that the Democrats have even screwed it up, but yet they'll still vote for a Democrat because they cannot vote for a Republican. Period. End of story. No matter what. No matter they will pass out from holding their breath before they vote for a Republican, no matter how, and we're seeing it, no matter how bad the state gets. It's insane that they know what the problem is. They'll admit that there is a problem. They'll pretend like they weren't the ones that created the problem, and instead of voting differently to help change the things, they'll just pretend like, no, but these people aren't part of the problem. These people aren't part of the problem. It's crazy. You have a phone call, 661-842-5376. Who you got?
Chris Orr.
Chris Orr, what's up, my man? How's it going?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there on a Monday. What's on your mind?
Hey, I want to comment on this, but real quick, I want to give a shout out to my 4th, 5th, and 6th grade lacrosse players that I took over to San Luis Obispo, who never played a game before in their life, and they actually won 8-2. So
oh, nice. Yeah, shout out to them.
Really awesome. But hey, call me crazy, but since
you're crazy, Chris. You're crazy.
I am crazy, and I know that we order supplies anyway. Instead of having a middleman and then funding salaries with that middleman, how about just telling the hospitals, here's, I don't know, $20,000 for a year's worth of extra diapers and hand them out to the parents when they leave from the hospital. I don't know.
I think we do that already, Chris. I think that, like I said, when I left with my daughter, and this was 9 years ago, they sent us with some diapers.
Oh yeah, well, that was on the DQ though. This could be a formalized, but you just send the money to the hospital. They already have an ordering system. They already have do supply ordering. Just let them order it and throw it directly to the hospital instead of paying somebody in the middle.
Yeah, it's just one. It's one that's because it's a giant grift. It's not necessary. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's not if there's a diaper shortage or anything. So this nonprofit goes, well, we'll manufacture the diapers ourselves in Mexico and claim to save you money when in reality you can buy them cheaper at Walmart.
Yeah, and I don't know why my home health agency goes through all the trouble of making sure we do our continuing ed and that we're licensed, because evidently we just could have hung a shingle and charged Medicare and Medicaid like they do down in LA and made a buttload of money and
there
not
you
done
go.
anything. So
there you go,
that's
Chris.
another one. Call me stupid for doing the right thing.
Well, you know, that's you're not going to get ahead by doing the right thing, Chris. So it's just I'll let you know that.
Evidently not. So, all right, you guys are awesome.
Thank you,
Fantastic
sir.
show.
Thanks for hanging out with
All
us.
right.
Appreciate you.
Have a great day.
All right, brother. It's my man Chris Orr. He runs the Kern, the local lacrosse here league. They just wrapped up, but if you guys want to check them out, just look it up. Bakersfield Lacrosse League. Google it. They'll be the first one that pop up. Sure, they'll be gearing up for next season pretty soon. We got to get to a break. We'll find out what we learned on today's show, tell you what's going on the rest of the week, and get you ready for the rest of today's lineup with the Ralph Bailey Show coming on next. Some news coming up. We'll break here later in the week. Most of you probably already know. But some additions coming to the Kern radio lineup. We'll introduce you to a new member of the team here later in the week here. We'll get to that pretty soon, though, coming up later this week. That's just a tease. Got to keep listening. Keep listening. Get to a break, check the text messages on the sides, and find out what we learned. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, local water expert and golden muscle enthusiast Lois Henry will be joining us. We'll have the latest in Billy's epic quest to unseat Dave Couch for the assembly seat race. That'll be interesting. We got news, we got traffic, we got weather. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1. Streaming live on the internet at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Are you a business owner? Let me ask you a question. How many times have you called your IT company and felt like just another ticket number? Well, at Adapt.
What's up? I haven't been over here. What's you guys saying over here? Oh, wow, your sound quality is good on YouTube Live. Is it? Hi, what's up, Mary? Can you tell Ralph Bailey to fix his mic for YouTube Live? What's wrong with his mic? Did you get a new mic? No, Mary. Same mics. I took them out, though. Aquamarine, those ankle biters almost ruined summer for me because I have horrible reactions. They suck. Yeah, they're terrible. They've been biting me up. You guys take those tips that he said. Put the wire mesh if you have a yard drain. And just hit them up. Kern Mosquito and Vector Control. They can help you guys out. Let's see here. The mosquito segment was very good. Learned several new things. Yeah, so did I, Steven. It's crazy that I didn't know that only females did the biting. And the baby ones, the ankle biter ones, are very anxious females. They have a lot in common with their human females. Anyways, let's see. He is a great guest. Yes, he was. Liked Mr. Terry Knight. He was very good. What's up, JR Show? Go Knicks. Knicks? How the heck did you become a Knicks fan, Chris? I stopped being a Lakers fan when Kobe Bryant showed up. I was never a Kobe Bryant fan. And so As soon as Kobe came on the scene, I ditched out of the Lakers, and I haven't returned because I don't like Kobe, or I don't like LeBron either. And so I don't really have a basketball team, so to speak. I don't know. I never got fully into basketball, not as much as I did football and baseball. Can't wait to hear what changes are happening. Mary, do you know? Mary, do you know the changes that are coming to Kern Radio? Mary, do you know?
Here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KRN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
So what we call the printer in the hallway, Bob Marley, because it'd be jamming. They fixed it now, though. It doesn't jam anymore, so it's all good. We don't have to call it Bob Marley anymore. But it's the passing of Bob Marley's, the anniversary of the passing of Bob Marley. So we thought we'd play a little bit of that for today's show. Welcome back. It is the JR Show. I want to thank our guests from today, the folks over at Kern Mosquito and Vector Controlled. Mr. Terry Knight was very informative for those of you guys that have a drain in your lawn. We learned that you can put a window screen over the top of that and then recap it. That'll keep the mosquitoes from going down in that drain and laying eggs. You can also give them a call or check them out at kernmosquito.com. Maybe you need help with your green pool that you're starting to transition over into summer, and that has become a mosquito magnet. All kinds of sorts of things that you can do to try to help stave off those. So I want to thank Terry Knight and the folks from Kern Mosquito. It was a movie Monday, so thanks to Mike Armendariz for stopping by. Mortal Kombat 2 was coming out this coming weekend. I don't think there's anything coming this weekend. Everything is ready for Memorial Day weekend. We'll see the release of the Mandalorian movie, which I cannot wait for. And then also, Top Gun. The 40th anniversary will be out this weekend if you guys want to go out there and see an old movie like Top Gun. What else? Shout out to the mac and cheese winners, Golden Corral, and the one for most creative, our friends over at Bentley Bowl, Kadar and Bentley. So shout out to them. You guys get down to 20th Street, tell them that you tasted them in mac and cheese, or tell them that you heard them on the JR Show. And they got some great food. So shout out to them and everybody that participated in the Mac and Cheese Fest. The big winners were Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, a local charity here that you guys helped out if you attended. And speaking of, also this weekend, I went to the Bakersfield Symphony Orchestra. Had a great time. That was the first time I had ever been to the orchestra. I had never been to the Bakersfield Symphony Orchestra before. And I was very, very much delighted. I had a great time, went with the lady, had a great time, ran into a couple people that we knew and said hello. The show was great. The musicians were awesome. The conductor, all of it. They started with Harry Potter. They played the songs from The Patriot. They played Jaws theme. They played Superman. They played what was one of the other ones? But then obviously they ended with Star Wars. So that was a great time. The only thing that I have to complain, people in Bakersfield, I love you guys, but come on, just a little bit of class. They could have turned the lights down a little bit lower. And the guy that was sneezing way in front, did you have to sneeze at full velocity? Like, really? Did you have to sneeze at full velocity? But no, it was a great time if you guys get a chance. It's the end of the season, but if you guys get a chance next season, get out to the symphony. It is a great time. I got to get out of here for the day, make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Monday, so Kathy Abernathy stops by. This right here, this has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
AM 1230, KERN. 96.1 FM, K241CI Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Steve Peters in Washington. President Trump
this
says
one's-
he prevented Iran from gaining a nuclear weapon years
This
ago
one
in
always
defense
lags
of
up here.
allies in the region.
So I
If
see it.
the Obama deal wasn't
Yeah.
terminated by me, they would
Right, y'all
have
be
had it 6 years ago,
Uh,
and they would have used
and
it
so I can